Don't forget, Joe Biden created the worst inflation crisis in modern American history. And I have watched every day here at the White House as President Trump and his team have worked to fix it. President Biden left President Trump with an absolute economic mess.
Many farmers we speak to say that there's another part of this, and that's the revenue side of things, that the tariffs are hurting them, that they've lost customers as a result.
This is a crisis that has been in the making for years now. When the interest rates under the last administration went up 73%, labor went up 47%, and the idea was for the president to hear from those who produce our food every day the mess that we inherited from Joe Biden. You just talked about that. But in the farming community, it is real.
Is this bailout today an acknowledgement that the administration's trade policies are hurting U.S. farmers? And what would you say to U.S. farmers who are worried that China is not going to hold up its end of the agreements that the president was touting?
Now that we're 8, 9, 10 months into this, there is almost zero evidence, if any evidence, that what they are doing and the challenges that our farm economy is facing in row crops has anything to do with these trade renegotiations. Instead, the input costs being so high based on the last administration and not one new trade deal in 4 years, those are really the two basically driving factors in why the farm economy is today what it is.
If this video doesn't get a lot of views, I blame Joe Biden. Biden, of course, has nothing to do with this video at all, but I blame him. It's easy to blame him for stuff. I just follow what my president does, and President Donald Trump blames Biden for things Biden's got nothing to do with, and it works for him. So thanks a lot, President Biden, for nobody watching this video.
Trump convinced President Xi to continue purchasing or begin purchasing again American soybeans, which is something China wasn't doing under the last administration because they had no respect for our President Biden or for the country at the time. But now they know President Trump is not messing around. He's going to stand up for American farmers and American families. And so those purchases have begun from China, and American soybeans are being exported from the United States as we speak because of President Trump. He promised the farmers he would be there for them. He is delivering on that promise.
I mean, the lies coming out of Karoline Leavitt, and by Leavitt she means the truth, on the floor or behind her somewhere, mouth is just unreal. It's just an incredible dystopian reality we live in, where the White House certainly has always spun things, but to just make things up out of thin air is mind-boggling. I mean, it's truly impressive to see the mental gymnastics and cognitive dissonance displayed by full-time liars, Karoline Leavitt and Brooke Rollins, Secretary of Agriculture, and the excuses are getting old because it's affecting real people's lives, and, you know, our farmers can't succeed now, and they're getting a bailout, which is just to undo Trump's other policies, which seems like a very unnecessary thing if you could have just not done the pointless tariffs in the first place.
And this is Donald Trump's problem. He's the one that caused this. Right now, American factory workers are laid off, and many of our salesmen who sell farm equipment, sell seed, chemicals, they're not making any money right now, and that's being reflected in the economy.
But don't take my word for it. Take Caleb Ragland's word for it. Who's Caleb Ragland? He's the president of the American Soybean Association. Here's what he had to say.
Well, this is a Band-Aid on an open wound. And again, we're thankful that there's something that this will help keep some farms in business. But what we truly need are market-based solutions. Those are sustainable long term. Without demand, we're not able to receive a price that is economically sustainable for our crop. And that's what American soybean farmers want, is opportunities to make a living, to make a profit from the market, not being dependent on the next program to keep us from bleeding to death. But the situation's serious. I've been farming 21 years now full time, and this is by far the most serious economic situation that I've experienced and my family's experienced, and I think that's the same for many farmers across this country. We're looking at a 1980s type farm crisis if this trend continues, and we're hoping to turn the tide. We need opportunity. The American farmer is the best in the world. We simply need a level playing field, both for our cost of production and making sure that we don't have obstacles that are causing our exports to be hindered.
Right, so you see it's a short-term fix that is a Band-Aid that will not fix these industries in any way. And market forces need to do it, and maybe not putting undue pressure on those market forces would be a great way to accomplish it. But what do I know? I just have common sense. You see both farmers here talking about how Trump is to blame, but that's not what you'd understand if you heard Karoline Leavitt explain it, how much soybeans are being purchased, except if you look at this chart. Or this graph right here as well. You can see both of them make very clear that the 2 times there were precipitous, huge, wild drop-offs in soybean purchases was during Trump's 2 administrations. So you could go with facts, or you could, I don't know, go with people that are obviously lying to you. It's easier to go with lies because you don't have to do math or look at your bank account or log into like confusing apps. But I don't know. Maybe Fox News can explain it better. Britt Hume tells it like it is, once in a blue on Fox News.
You see crop prices as you look at the different prices, they've taken a hit. If you look at the chart, as the tariff process has gone forward.
No doubt the tariffs are a factor in this, Brett. There's no getting around that. And it's put the president now in a position where he's got to try to help the farmers. They're calling it a bridge, but it's not a bridge loan. This is a subsidy. This $11 or $12 billion are going to be paid out. It's simply money that's going to go into the pockets of these farmers who are hurting. I don't dispute that for a second, but it is a president who is otherwise mostly conservative on economic policies, engaging in a government program to try to bail out farmers who are hurt by his other program, that of course being the tariffs.
That's on Fox News, openly criticizing Trump, saying there's no way to get around it. Trump's tariffs are to blame for this, and this is a policy to try to undo another of his own policies. And again, I'd like to make it clear one last time, a policy that was totally unnecessary in the first place and really has helped nothing, and it's just made a lot of problems for a lot of people. But that's where we are now. So at least this bailout will come in February, far after the holidays, far after the end of the year, when farmers' bills are due and when they need it to pay their bills with. But it'll be there at some point, probably. We'll see. Who knows? I'm Ben Gleib for Rebel HQ. You can follow me at Ben Gleib on Instagram for lots more. Thank you so much. Bye.